to some programming. Yay! Everyone's favorite activity. Yeah. Oh god. So since Monday, so the last stream we did of this, I've actually been doing quite a bit of work on this. I actually intended to be working on a different project for a little bit, but just timing has been just better to have spent on this, so I've been getting more work done on weapons and design. We're at a point where just about all the design space has been done between now and the end of this. What needs to be really crunched down on is audio and art, I'll be honest, which is what I'm going to be doing mostly in my spare time. We'll be doing a lot of programming today, unless I need to take a break. At the moment, I'm introducing another weapon. Yes, before I've actually finished the previous weapon, mind you, but at this point in time, I've done quite a bit of behind-the-scenes work to facilitate new systems. Now, I do want to show off where we left off last time, which was around the abilities stuff. So, if I go into here, now we've got a lot more. We've got all of the characters with their listed stuff now as to what they'll roughly have for their abilities. Some of this is subject to change. Some of this is maybe potentially just going to be like what they are for release, at least. If I decide that the gameplay loop doesn't feel correct with them, I will change that later. I'll be honest, like there's a couple of these that I do think aren't great. And I want to reapproach. I mean, Nina's, I really want to change this one to have an additional feature, but I don't know if I'll have the time for that at this stage. It's kind of one of those, we'll see if we get there, we'll see if we don't, we don't. But yeah, we have everything pretty much prepped and ready there, at least description wise. Most of this is going to be at this point, most of this will be like just implementing some basic codes, because for the most part, most of these aren't that insanely difficult. Which is important. But yeah, no, definitely going to be interesting to see what happens with it all. Now, there is a couple of systems in here that is going to require a few overhauls to the overarching weapon system, but they're ones that I knew I needed to do eventually. If you're wondering, one of them is going to be introducing a new variable into all of these, which is about copying spells. And a copy spell is basically just going to make it so this bit of code here doesn't occur, because this means it will loop and cause problems because the list is structured a very specific way. Now, with that being the case, we should get moving with this. So I need to put in sprite index. So, now I'm going to be going back and referencing from a lot of these constantly. just because it's gotta be how it is. This is one thing I really should figure out. I don't think I should be doing it this way. I think I should be doing it with this instead. Call when you need, not when you want. Yeah. Let's see, there we go. Then, so we want for this, it will be times. Because that's actually what I have for my area. I mean, in this case, it's probably okay to do this instead. Right? Don't understand. Yeah, I mean, like, that's the thing, right? I will openly admit, these coding programming streams, like, I'm willing to explain stuff in as simple terms as possible, but I also won't be surprised when people go like, yeah, I have no fucking idea, right? People are coming here because they want to see what game is being made. They don't really, not a lot of them probably want to understand how the game is being made. Which, I mean, is fair, right? Like, I'm not gonna harp on anyone for not wanting to look into that sort of stuff. Now, if they aren't there from the start, nothing will make sense. I mean, to be fair, I didn't, even when I started streaming, the game had been in development cycle for like half a year. So, like, outside of the cleanups and stuff like that, like, this is probably the most raw example of what the code actually used to look like. Like, this is genuinely the oldest weapon in the game. This is pretty much the first thing that was introduced. While I was doing the initial cycle. And while this is mostly from a friend of mine. He very much helped me. Like, this part of the code, this is new, right? And that's why it's slap bang at the very back of it. But like, most of this is pretty much what it originally was. Trying to think. Outside of one aspect of this, I think this is mostly mostly there. trying to think the best way to do this. So, what is the wording I use for that object? You're late, what did you miss? I mean, not that late. It's 13 minutes. We've basically just started. You're late. It's like coming into the class late and you're still hearing the roll call. It's like, well, I mean, I guess yes, you are late. Pull power, push power is what it's called. Okay. Just won 5 games, to your opponent surrendering. Goddamn. To be fair, I felt bad because I started playing Hearthstone again, and yeah, needless to say, the state of that game is interesting. Good, a few surrenders. What was the thing that you told you to remember to tell you yesterday? There was a thing you wanted me to watch, right? I can't quite remember exactly what it was, but I remember giving you a specific phrase as well to try and tell me. It was like, Dad, Mom said it was my turn on the whatever. It was, I think, something along the lines. Just as a reminder, my memory is actually really good. Spent all your points on ice barriers. I could never probably get into Yu-Gi-Oh! Truly. Right? Not as a fault at Yu-Gi-Oh! Right? I do not want to fault Yu-Gi-Oh! I think it would be a real fun game. In some regards. But, like, I look at some of the stuff that I would want to do in that game, and I'm just like, it's too much of a knowledge check. I rely on your enemy not summoning 5 things at once, and yeah. I mean, like, that's the thing, right? It's like, I've watched Synchro decks getting played, and I'm like, oh, okay. I would not be able to follow what the fuck's going on. I wouldn't know when to play whatever card I need to. And then, like, you try and do that, and they have max C, and you're like, ah, cool. Haha. Turn 1, summon a literally immune to death card. It's pretty good. And just wait for the enemy to run out of cards. I mean, that's a way to play it. I think one of the reasons why I dislike a lot of card games, especially like Yu-Gi-Oh, is like all I would be thinking is, man, what if I could design cards? I know that's what happened when I tried to get into Yu-Gi-Oh! At one point, is I was like, oh, but I just kind of want to make my own cards. And, like, I don't even understand the game well enough to make that a reasonable idea. It's my turn on the mobile device. Is that true? It's not a boomer hooma hooma. Good lord. There you go. Yeah. Mobile device. There you go. That gives the right kind of energy. So this needs to be like a time source. Create. Time source game. +1 to the enemy surrender counter. I'm gonna put this as just a full set value for now, but I'm tempted to potentially make this something that levels up. Can we see the cat? I think, yeah. I mean, she's sleeping at the moment. I don't want to bug her too much. But there she is, on the beanbag as per usual. Fluffy baby, pretty much, yeah. She was actually out of the office yesterday when I was doing my stream, which is quite rare for her, right? And apparently the other people in the house were complaining because she was out of the office, she was crying constantly. Very desperate for attention. Because she didn't know where I was. So, yep, that was that's why I gotta always remember to try and actually get her in my office before I start streaming. Otherwise she freaks out. Okay, I'm going to put this down here so I can read it better. Father has left me, so I must scream. Pretty much. That's a really funny way of thinking about it, actually. Well, Queen Cat, my cat. It's one of my cats. She's sleeping in the beanbag behind me. Actually, you know one thing, right? So if I can get the money off of doing the streaming, you know one thing I want to do? I want to set up a second camera up on the TV I have over there and have that for like my starting stream screen. So you'll just like see me setting up the stream as starting. I think that'd be cool. Just demand sacrifices every other Thursday. Say Salonga Bonga today. I do feel bad for that. I realized afterwards, yeah. My bad. But also do not hold it against me if I don't remember at the end of today, because my brain's gonna be going noom and it's all about me trying to keep up with it. The turns take the whole time limit of the duel. Yeah, pretty much, again, what I saw with like Synchro Summon decks specifically, because I watch a specific YouTuber for it. It's okay, bro, it's your channel. I mean, yeah, like, but I also do feel a little bad when I can't accomplish a promise. I said I would do it, and I didn't do it, and that's when I feel bad. So what am I need to make a with function here. With create layer. Weapon over layer. I should be able to just do that. Image X scale times equal -1. Full push power equals 3. And damage equals damage divided by... Do I like fried fish? That's basically the only way I've really ever had fish, disappointingly. So yes, I do. But I do like fish. I wish I could have, make a fish chicken sandwich. Yeah, I saw that. I do wish, I do like fish in general. I mean, it is just basically like, it is a very diverse meat range, but I'm British, fish and chips, let's go. I mean, I've talked about it before, but we have fish and chips over here. We just... Okay, here's the heresy moment. We just salt our fish and chips. We don't add vinegar. Like, sure, we'll have some tomato sauce and shit like that with it, maybe. But most of the time, it's, yeah. Just some fish and chips. Vinegar sucks. Fish and chips, what the fuck's that? Yeah. Vinegar, like, I've not personally actually tested that out. I should try it at some point. What fish and chips are like with vinegar added, but I just... You're allergic, so definitely bias. Fair, fair. But, like, it's one of those things that I'm like, is it that good? I don't think there's anything else I need to do with this. It's because it will carry over the rest, right? And then in the Sakura Storm one, I need to add to the step. So we need an inherit event. And we need to add... So we need to add the kill. And... What is a bisexual? Please, can anyone explain? A bit sexual, sorry. What is a bit sexual? Someone that probably likes biting, I guess. Laugh as you don't need to pretend I'm not reusing a joke. Yeah. Yeah. Over here in America, we treat fish and chips like it's the healthiest thing to eat, which is stupid. To be fair, based on my understanding with a lot of American foods, especially like American style food that's come to New Zealand, it probably isn't that bad comparatively. Half the shit over there seems deep fried, and I'm like, holy shit. I mean, our problem over here is we oversalt everything to the fucking, like, far too much. And as someone that actually needs to have low salt numbers, not a good thing. Right, so I need to have... fuck, how do I do it on here? This. Now I have to be careful because I'm now thinking about this and realizing I may have fucked it with this. Right, then we'll pull it from Gusher. Yeah. That's right, that's another thing I need to make. Image angle equals... What is don't I have it as a global? It'd be probably easier to just find it from the controller, wouldn't it? Let's see. No. Don't forget everything deep fried. Yeah. Burgers and chips, popcorn, ice cream, battered chicken, chocolate biscuits, like Oreos and whatever. Okay. Where is... Is it under UI? No. That's, yeah, like, I'm sure deep fried ice cream's somewhere over there. Dango's nice. I like dango. I know some people don't, but I liked dango when I was in Japan. Very sticky. I don't. I mean, again, like, that's why I say, like, to each their own with it. I do not blame anyone specifically for if they like it or not. Ah, that's where I have it. So I just need to pull image angle of O directional arrow. Okay, there we go. Tastes like a lemon made of rice that had a vasectomy. That is an interesting way of thinking about it. I can't... Lemon, though. What kind of dango have you had? Just keep resummoning them. Should be dead. Monster reborn. Yeah, exactly. Good old, what about pot of greed? What does pot of greed do? If anyone... What does pot of greed do? Just keep using crystal base. Yeah. So I put one of my... Okay, yeah. One of them lets you resummon them from the spell area. Ah. I mean, to be fair, Blue Eyes is not exactly the strongest. It was a big monster back when, but like all it did was like be a big body. And I hate that because I'm a Seto Kaiba fan. I am a Blue Eyes White Dragon fan. I will not deny any of this. I use Pot of Greed. Which lets me draw 2 cards from the top of my deck. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like, come on. You remember the meme, how they always explain what the fuck Pot of Greed did in the series. It actually happened multiple times. It is so stupid. Literally has one of the most basic card texts of any effect in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! And that's saying a lot. So, oh god, is this the fucking, this is the good song. I love this song so much. Got such a good vibe to it, man. Alright, let's try this one out. So, if we go to characters, opinion on Cuphead. Never played it. It looks cool. Really like the development cycle of it. It looked really, really nice for that. I probably just angered a bunch of people with stating I've never played it. I'm sorry. If hello, can you hear me? Ooh, hello. Yes, I saw what you said earlier with the ooh voice. Fun game, would recommend. Yeah, like I've heard a lot of positivity about it. And I've seen stuff. Right, and yeah, like I've seen playthroughs. I've seen also. It looks really cool. Keep in mind. And I'm gonna put my hand up here and state this is a personal thing. Not against the game, not against any games like this. I'm not much of a side-scroller, platformer kind of person. I've played them. They're not really my cup of tea. Like Shovel Knight I enjoyed, but was also... I didn't enjoy it as much as I know I could have if I didn't have that one thing that's to me. Hollow Knight, I just didn't want to pick it up because I knew the game's cool. I like the game. I will watch playthroughs. I will not play it myself. It's just something with how my brain's wired that I do not like platformy side scrollers. When I played games originally and that was pretty much all there is, I did have issues. Opinion on Vampire Survivors, amazing game. I mean, I'm making a fucking clone of it. Monster Hunter, the Monster Hunter World is the only one I've played. Really, really fucking good. Really enjoyable. Definitely better with mods. Hollow Knight, great game, but I've seen enough playthroughs to say it's a really, really fun, enjoyable game, if that's your cup of tea. Cool story. Crash Bandicoot, I've played a lot of them. They're really fun and really cool. Monster Sanctuary, I've wanted to play, but still have the hesitation of the side-scrolling mechanics and stuff to it. And Stardew is possibly one of the greatest indie developed games in the last few decade or so. Like, it is just a phenomenal game and it does everything right. That is my opinion on all of those games, in short. I hope that kind of helped. I actually can't tell, because this is only showing one line, how well it's got. Yeah, okay, that did work. Alright, here we go. Where to find instance for object. Oh, menu character details. Oh, it's because I moved that around, right? I counted their Monster Reborn. Oof. Rhythm Heaven, specifically Ringside, but the reporter never shuts up on YouTube. Oh, that's right. You said to go watch that. That's right. Now, is this bug universal? No, it is just with this one. So what? Okay. What have I done wrong with this? Unable to find instance of object indexed 34. People who use Monster Reborn are who people have Celtic Guardian in their deck. I mean, in a sense, true. In a sense, true. Sakura Storm 58. It's because this is own character menu details, so it's causing a problem when it's constructing this in. Reply the HDMI, that'll fix every bug in your code. Because you haven't even been born yet, that's impressive. This is actually confusing. Why is this specifically throwing me an error comparative to others? So this is what's causing a lot of grief here. I guess this. I'm missing that. If I have this, does that fix it? Okay, that was the issue. Ooh, that's really far away from me because of positioning thing. I forgot to fix that. All right, sorry. Bro, you angry with you? What did I do? Is it paying? Lump in 9 months. God damn it. like look over for a split second and it's just like for caps, like goddamn. You all good over there? So that works. So now I need to find the sprite. Weapon sprite, weapon sprite, weapon sprite. That's weapon objects, weapon sprites, weapon effects, Sakura Storm. No, not middle center. Let's try that now. It's gonna look a little less scuffed. Oh yeah, it's also gonna have like the biggest hitbox in the universe, isn't it? Yeah. That's fine. We'll fix that later. Let's just talk it and please don't. That would be fucking atrocious to have to look at. Okay, so the weapon works somewhat. So collision mask type. I'm gonna make it manual. It's gonna do that, okay. So this is precise per frame now. No, it's not, okay. Automatic, so we're gonna go with that then. Alright, God, what happened while I was doing that? My messages are going through, yes. I was saying I heard the song, it's, oh, okay. Oh. Lovely. Probably doing something else. Suffering, fair. You damn ruined your joke. Sorry, I read the joke after I started catching up on things. I apologize for ruining the joke. Maybe you should find a better joke next time. Alright, there we go. And seen some guy perform 7 fusion in 1 turn. Good lord. That is impressive. Okay, now the next test, because this is going to come back with an error, I'm sure of it. I'm sure this is going to come back with an error. No, it just doesn't do it. Okay. Frames per second, 10 frames per second. There are 6 frames. I can do the math for that. It's a sixth of a second. Still didn't work, okay. If I do it I could do it by frames and then have it at 5 unit frames. Could try that. Tell you the password to I's phone. Fuck. I don't remember that off the top of my head. It was like 1/8, something 3 or something along those lines, right? Well, no, it wouldn't have been. It would have been way worse than that because it took them years to get to it. Probably it was 8. 4, 5, 4, 1. Oh, was it? God damn. I thought it was a 4-digit, not a 5-digit. Guess I am remembering it wrong then. Y'all are just throwing out numbers now. God damn it. 69,420, there you go. That's the correct one. I know that's the right one. Because that's the funny thing. Ah, yes, 80085. Just as a safety net. Let's try that. It would have taken at least 7 years and he did it in 4. Don't do the math. Oh, I mean, we could try and do the math. Oh, that's rough. It's kind of pretty though. Actually, that gives me an idea. screw this. I have a better idea. That sounds way more interesting. Do we want to do the more interesting idea? Yeah, we don't. We want to do the more interesting idea. Come on. Oops. Oh god, that's annoying. Alright, where is this one? This one. So the interesting idea is if it would be underscore weapon. Whoops. So let's see. When I started watching you, the chat was empty and he focused solely on me. Why all you good viewers? I mean, to be fair, I do appreciate that, like, there's a lot more stuff going on at the moment. Oh, sorry, that's it, having a bit of a lag. Okay, there we go. All right, when will ringside happen? I could do that now, actually. Vivers, true. All right, where's YouTube? You're gonna see what, like, my random ass suggested is, because I do stream. And it's not good. Like, I literally watch nothing else on here. It's just a bunch of random crap. Alright, so it was ring side rhythm, but the reporter never shuts up. This one. Is it the top one? Pastel? Come on, Pastel, you're gonna answer me. Yes? Cool. I do want to play this game. It'd be fun. Oh dear God. really is just this, huh? At least it's got the different tones to it. It's so loud. I'm just gonna pull down the volume a little bit, because that's really loud to me. Your mouse streaming right now. We should go watch them after this. Yeah, I know, right? I'll be watching them right after too. Me right now, just like. My man's sanity is dropping. Accurate response. There you go. They played the song for you. It was fun though. Right. Okay, so I want to see how this looks. Oh, that's right. I have it thinged at the moment. I need, if not, post for the fans. Ooh. Okay, I have an idea there. Aren't you happier having watched that? I am happier. Listen to Chip rotating 100-hour vid. What? There's a very confusing description. I'll have a look in a sec though. Let's see. I'm thinking, Chip spinning 10 hours. No, we're not. We're not listening to a 10-hour thing. I mean, what was it? There's like one where it's just like the Wii, like the Nintendo Wii shop music, right? But it's just metal pipes randomly put out it for 10 hours. Chip spinning until Persona 6 get announced. Good God. I mean, at this rate, you're going to probably be waiting quite a while, because I assume that they're going to do like... is it just me, right? Or is the idea of another Persona game gonna, like, an actual following and later down the IP story stuff? That likely to happen, probably not this year, but like maybe next year? Maybe an announcement by the end of the year, but like no more than that. There's no way they're gonna get more than like a mild announcement before the end of the year. Which does kind of suck, right? I'm sure everyone's been itching for it since we've had Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royale and Persona 5 Strikers and Persona 5 X and then Persona 5 another one again, Persona 5 another one. We gotta make Persona 5! More Persona 5s! More! To be fair, they did nail quite a bit with that game. I just do want to see them continue on with the IP. To see what 6 would be. Watch a lo-fi stream in the middle of it was a gunshot and a girl screaming us. Thank you. Oh my God, that would have... Yep. It's apparently going to be a PS5 ASA or something like that. Oh, okay. Kickback but Pocha likes salsa. I have to be real careful because baseline kickback is copyright. Like, as much as I'd love to watch that sort of stuff on stream, I don't want to get the video fucked up. Kickback your nuts. True. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, I read PS5 for some reason. Yeah, no. Persona 5 has it. Yeah, that makes sense. That's not too... I mean, like, it's because there's, what, the gacha game coming out? The Persona 5 gacha game? Was it X Phantom or whatever it is? Which is going to be interesting. So I have an idea, and this is going to be weird. Time source game. Units. Takian. Not off the top of my head, sorry. Low quality kickback, but put you to like salsa. And different instrumental lyrics. Okay, well that makes it probably more reasonable to have a look at in a sec then. Because, like, again, just short thing of that is anime music, typically, if you play it for any length of time, gets hit with it. Takian song copyright. Oh, okay. Like, it's just, yeah, there's a, it's one of those things that I'm just very ultra cautious of at this point. And I mean it in the, like, nicest way. As if it is something that jeopardizes my stream or my channel, I'm not gonna do it. And I think that's understandable. Time source seconds. All right, where were we at? Have it in the background for the next 40 streams. No. But it only shows you who survived. Probably the shortest version of kickback. I know. Oh shit. True. Is it copyright? Takian son. I do not know. Sorry. Kickback in 1.5 seconds, pretty much. Man, I just want to say, though, say what you will about that series. That was a really fun series. Like, there was a lot of effort and passion put into that project. It shows, and it's fucking gorgeous. Right. You missed your code line. Wait, what? No, I don't know. I saw what you said. Like, as someone who can't code, I'm judging your code. How can you find out if it's copyright? There's actually a way on YouTube. I can't remember off the top of my head. I believe it's in the, like, the lower end of the description. It will say something about its usage rights. I believe that's where it is. So this is actually one of those situations where I should have done a lot of this as variables to pass through, separate to this. So what I'll do is I'll do that with this one. Pull that one out and put that up here. Because there's no reason to have to redefine them. And then time source start kill time. Okay, let's see. I should actually not pull that out yet. And listen to it when you're free, sure. I can do that. So what was the Pochita one? Kickback, but no, I'm real risky when it comes to anime stuff, even if it's slightly edited, is the short thing for it. I'm in great pain, but your code is working so far. That is the life of a programmer, isn't it? Was not set before. Oh, because it's not inside of the fucking thing. I was hoping I didn't have to do it inside of each one. That's a little annoying. Okay. Let's see. Can usually get it working, but it will be a pain to figure out why, yeah. It's missing half the stuff it requires. I more than understand that. I more than understand that at this point. Okay, so that's not working. Maybe it's because I'm setting the image speed before the actual index, and that's definitely gonna fucking make it stupid. So that still doesn't work. I should also deal with this boss in a second. Where is enemies? I've had enough of seeing him popping up constantly. Go back to the fucking ether in which you came from. Give me motivation, getting bored of making the story because no help. I understand that so much. Honestly, I have no real good thing other than you need to find a way to take a break from it, come back to it, and enjoy it. Because burnout is the biggest fucking nightmare for any project you have. I've worked really hard at being a very self-motivated individual. But I will not deny, yeah, there is some elements of that still happen. Even with this project, I just have so much pressure on me at this point. via behind the scenes contracts that I can't fuck it up. Like, it's where you kind of need other people to help you with that. Sadly. Like, be there to go, hey, yeah, no, this is really cool. Need to write and sort the IRL, correct mistakes, and check the English. Then put, but it's, yeah, like, I wish I had a good answer for you on that stuff. I'm gonna be really honest, I really do wish I had a good answer. I'm really not the right person to come to for some of that stuff, because like I said, I've worked really hard at being self-motivated, so now I am that. Oh, it's because in the weapon parent I have a thing for this, don't I? If image speed, yeah. Shit. Yeah, let's see. So I'm writing an entire language and custom letter system for, yeesh. That's a huge undertaking. So props for you to do that. Yeah, no, all I can say is like keep at it. That is an amazing task that you've given yourself. And do not be afraid, because you are overreaching a huge amount with that. So it's more the fact that, like, even if you accomplish some of it, that's better than a lot of people out there with that sort of stuff. Like, if you can get that drive going, just get over that big hump of most of the work for it, setting up a foundation for it, it'll be easy. The lettering system its purpose is both cool and advanced story. Yeah, advanced storytelling. Yeah. Like, doing a custom language is something else, I'll be honest. So, I just realized something. I can cheat with this. What we could do... Let's do this. Because it's not 0, haha. Okay, and then... Smartness for me, so you'll just be silent. I mean... Basically deciding what would be the most broad and specific details needed to define itself, yeah. Like, I agree very heavily with Roger here. Like, he's pretty much verbalizing anything I would, like, writing down anything I could say towards the matter. With the specific details of how to do that stuff. Like, honestly, short answer is, yeah, just, like, draw up a bunch of fucking letters that you think are fun. Take reference from all sorts of languages. Eastern, like East Asia and stuff like that is a good example of that. They have a lot of characters to draw from. And then just play around with that. Also, you've got Celtic, you've got that sort of stuff to just work on it. A simple design based on a principle. Yeah, I mean, like, that's the benefit you get with a lot of those sort of stuff. Is like, that's why straight lines are really useful. Like, if you're doing, and now I'm going to pull up paint. right? If you're doing a language, one of the best things you could do, right, is to go like, okay, so this is A, this is B, and this is C. And like that's very much like heavily based on Celtic, but like I'm just giving as an example, not specifically this, but or finding a way for the sound, the phoneme to correlate to the imagery. So one thing for learning Japanese that I learned was for O, which I believe is this off the top of my head. Very poor drawing of it, but I was taught with this one is to, so O is, think of this as a golf course. This is the ball, this is the green, and this is the flag. So the ball is about to be on the green. On the green. So there's a lot of things for that. It depends on what language you're also using as your foundation. Because do not do what Tolkien did and do from the ground up, because you're competing with someone that actually did that as a profession at a professor level. Do not assume you're going to be able to accomplish that easily. That is a task beyond necessary. That's what I would say towards that. Opposite which place. See, now that's actually pretty smart by Roger there. Like, that's a good example. But yeah, it's all about finding, that man was built different. Yeah. No, like, you cannot stress how much, like, Tolkien was just very, very absurd. And you're talking about someone that, like, actually was, so their, degrees, like, they're basically, university level stuff that they did was about fake languages. Specifically, bridge languages, which is a language that you try and figure out between two languages. That was their profession. They had done that for ages. So, yeah, no, it's not too surprising that, like, making up a language was something that they could do, but even Tolkien admitted it was really fucking hard. So it's better to try and find a language to base your foundation off of, because the hardest part you're going to actually have with the language isn't this stuff we're talking about here. It's your grammar. Grammatical requirings of a language is the scariest part. So what I mean by that is you've got like subject, object, verb, or subject, verb, object as your two key ways. Look at Arabic, vowels don't exist, they're implied. Exactly. Right? So like this here is already a big fucking deal. Is like subject, object, verb, which is more Japanese, whereas I think, is it subject, verb, object is English from memory? Is used after, not before the, yeah. Like that's what I'm talking about here, right? Is like this is actually like one of the hardest parts you're going to come across in language stuff. We're talking about stuff for you. What the fuck? God damn it. Should have at least said that you were going to the bathroom. We're giving advice about language stuff. Mixing principles with the letters in the area correspond imply surroundings. Yeah. So, point is, though, is that when it comes to a language, like, figure out a language you're basing everything off of. That's the first thing you need to do. Once you've done that, because you don't want to try and invent another one of these. Just use one that exists. Japanese, so you're basing your language off Japanese, so that's subject, object, verb, structure. So that's easy. Now you've got a lock in. So to explain this in finer detail, so like we'll use the word the line "I am very hungry," right? In English, subject, verb, object. All right. Whereas in Japanese, oh, I cannot remember off the top of my head how you best say this. Like, because tabeta is to eat. Nah, I can't remember. But it would basically, if you had the English equivalent, it would be "I am hungry very." So that's the important stuff. But yeah. But yeah, no. It's important to figure out like how do you want to distinguish your letters. If you want to do it with like simplicity or visual aid, and work to phonic noises is probably the only other thing I could say, which again is kind of Japanese in design. Alright, good lord, after that sidetrack, okay, so now I need to go check out this one, because I want to know how I do the rotation. So I can yoink this. Our language or mother language is Sinhala, but you can't even spell it. I would not probably have a good shot at it. No, I don't recognize it. I've done linguistic knowledge and stuff like that, so I know how to break apart a language if I need to. Ironically, it means that if I wanted to learn a language, I can learn it relatively quickly, given the right information. But to be fair, I also don't even speak English correctly, so I can't say much. Actually, I mean, there's an argument that, like, I speak English perfectly fine. I just don't speak it to the expectation of so many. So I need radius. I don't need radius, I just need rotation speed. So it's direction. No, it's because it's... Ah, that's annoying. How many monitors do I have? 2 monitors and a TV hooked up to my computer. That's what I have. Second monitor to my right here. Monitor in front, and then you can see the corner of the TV just over there. To be fair, most of the time on that TV is just either me watching something or Task Manager, so. Okay, trying to think of the best way to accomplish what I want to do. Because what I do here is actually going to probably be used in a couple of other spots. Right, like I feel like I also removed this at this point. Try that. Bit lazy. Oh, it needs to be minus. We need a decrement, not an increment. Ooh, it still looks scuffed. How much is that gonna do? So that's just, so that's going to be what it is currently. All right. Oh, it's because the image is moving as well. So this is going to make it go weird, right? Yeah, so I do need it to be minusing. I might need to change the image itself so all of this is in the same spot. Yeah, okay, that's easy enough. Right, sorry, I've not been looking quite about your problems on the internet is not a good smart thing to do, because my friend Southward, yeah, I mean, yes and no. I agree with that in a sense, Midnight. Like, I've managed to somewhat, I guess, build a channel around, like, talking about all sorts of stuff. My problems are definitely on that list. It's gonna be difficult. Friend is dead because of that, but not on YouTube, on Facebook. Yeah, it's a rough space out there for that sort of stuff sometimes. I've seen that happen myself. I mean, Facebook's a stupid place to begin with, right? I do not agree with how Facebook handles a lot of things. Would just be easier to do this from the ground up again. Yeah, I think this is better to just do from the ground up. Shit always happens. Yeah, I mean, it happens to everyone, right? I'm not trying to lessen the tragedy for you. It's just like yeah, it's rough, right? Because like you want to get sympathy for weaknesses, and I speak from a very literal sense here, right? You want to get sympathy for weaknesses. That's what humans like a lot. And getting treated like shit is not exactly what helps that. Do you know a friend or know a person with mental illness? Basically everyone I know. It's extremely common. We are lucky that over here at least it's a bit more acceptable to talk about it. Fuck, I've even got mental illness. Right? Like, it's just... we live in a very, very, difficult world to live in nowadays. And it's just getting more and more difficult. If you want me realistically speaking, it is because, like, so much choice is available now that people don't know what to do with it. And that causes so much anxiety and problems. It's really quite unfathomable. 12 genders be like. I mean, like, again, the world's just too complex. And how am I supposed to give an answer to everything, sort of thing, is how it is. Like I've talked about how like I had a friend that transitioned, and I'd known them as a guy all my life, and my default for pronouns is a lot more masculine pronouns, especially with the kind of what was it called? The slurring of speech that I naturally have. So if I say it really doesn't come out as when I'm saying it in a more natural setting. And that upset him. And I felt bad. I've talked before about how I'm bi, but no LGBTQ plus community I've ever dealt with even accepted me into them. I kind of gave up by the end of it all. But like, again, it's just, we're in a world where like you're given so many options and so little to know and understand for it all. Okay, let's try this. Welcome to the world of the modern day. Yeah, exactly what I'm saying. The ones that yeah, I do agree with that to an extent at the very least. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're going to get all of these and delete all of them. Take all of these and put them in here. So it keeps the stuff. So now kind of has the right effect. Gen Z was fully open to help fix it, like how it was done in the past. Yeah. No, I don't blame anything on any one grouping of people or anything like that. I mean, I also speak from a non-American perspective on a lot of this. Like, New Zealand is very independent from the American systems. We have nothing to do with them, and they hold actually pretty low influence over us. Again, like what you're talking about, there's even more like deep-seated structural issues in place that I will not even claim to have answers for. I'm not so arrogant to say I have an answer for the problem. So it's why like I hate when people speak. It's like, oh, we should go back to this ideology around. It's like, no, it didn't work. It had problems. What we need is something new. And it's like, oh, are you going to come up with it? No, I'm not capable of that. You need to facilitate a new generation for doing that. That'd be fine. But yeah. Also, greetings there. I will always tell you, Roger, go look up Allegory of the Oppressed if you're, and just think through that before you go on with the whole, like, solving issues like that. The idea that the master's tools cannot dismantle the master's house is a very important thing to remember. Whoops. Okay, let's try this. No, you can't solve anything. It's because it's also human-centered design, right? Is a very important aspect. You can come in with all of the solutions in the world, But does that make you any different than, say, like a colonizing thing? But I know that public opinion can far outweigh the force of the ritual government. Yeah, I do agree with. Like, the whole thing of, like, at the moment, there is actually a lot more control in the public's space than is given. Also, did I just accidentally pause the music or something? I guess I did. It was fun. Oh, I'd like to remove that. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's... Demonology is a wild thing. Like, if a company such as Amazon were to buy enough stock to have full say over themselves and raise the price of their employees and work benefits, they would be sued by shareholders. Yeah. I mean, shareholder markets are a big problem as well. Man, we're getting real political with this. Right, like shareholder market is not great. I will openly admit that I do trade shares myself as a little side thing, because it's where you can make money from. Again, take it as you will. Like, the only way to live in a system is to use the system. Guy called Big Daddy, the one you're watching, is a great streamer, so sub to him. How would I increase? So if I make this minus equals like 10, does this make it like framey? No, it just makes it spin really fast. Okay, that's kind of cool. So what if I have this at like 4 for now? Just randomly toss it at 4. Because I just wanted to see what like a big number did. Try minus 1,000. It will literally just turn into a fucking thing. That would be kind of funny though. Let's do that. You gotta know what it looks like, right? Mind if I ask what the name you've given the game is, or is it not yet decided? It is decided, but it is not publicly known yet. Spin. The name of the game will be probably given out, I would hazard to say, in the next 2 weeks, no matter what. I want to have a logo done for it first, and I want to have the Twitter and YouTube page for it done, so I can guarantee those are all locked down and not have to worry about potential like fake things later down the line. So like make sure I get the officials for it. So no one claims to thing. Then I can link to my own stuff and then go like, hey, this is where the dev is. But yeah, no, the game name will be, I mean, the game name's actually technically been hinted, like, was it? a couple of times, if you've really been scrutinizing, I have accidentally shown the file names on the stream before, and the name has been amongst that stuff. So it's not like it's not there at all. It's just often not. If you get famous, make a horror game. I'd be down to make a horror game, especially knowing I don't like horror. It'll be interesting to see what my thoughts on a horror game would be. Right. My game is going to take place in a giant city carried on robotic insect legs. That's pretty cool. Man, you don't like horror, but I'm right. I mean, like, that's the thing, right? It's like, in general, I'm very hypercritical of horror because I don't enjoy it. Horror doesn't mean jump scares and blood. Exactly. Thank you. That is the big thing, right? Like, that is the big failure of horror in general, is like, it needs to be a jump scare. I need to scare them immediately. It's like, no, you know what the best fucking horror stories are? Or the horror games or anything? The ones that are atmospherically horror. That I feel so unsettled, so uncomfortable the entire time playing it, that, like, I have to actually, like, go have a shower and, like, lie down afterwards and maybe cuddle something. That is a good horror game. Or a horror story. That is the fucking failure of so much stories. There's so much of that stuff. It's so irritating. Because I just don't like loud noises. I've actually got very sensitive ears, so like a jump scare in a loud situation, I'm like, cool. I'm just irritated now. Thanks. Like, it's about making the person unsettled. Yeah, no, I love Doki Doki Literature Club. That's a great example of just, like, completely making me go, yeah, I don't like this. This isn't, right? Like, I appreciated Amori in some of that regard, because it did have some of that atmospheric horror going on, which is good. I do think that there was some weaknesses with that game, but that was, again, like, it was a fairly indie development done in a very short amount of time comparatively to what was outputted. It was an amazing game. Like, it is all about setting an environment, not like forcing it. Like, do you know what the best thing of any of those action horrors is? Is that one meme that you see, and it doesn't get done often, but it's that one meme where you see press shift to sprint and nothing's around you. That creates panic. That creates this moment of, oh fuck, oh shit, why do I need to know how to sprint? Right? Like, one of the best horror movies I've ever seen in my life was Cloverfield. If anyone's watched that movie. And the best part of that movie is that most of it is without seeing the fucking actual, like, monster. Sure, I love watching, like, Halloween and Hellraisers and all that sort of stuff from time to time, but that's just because it's like, haha, stupid funny, hee hee hee. Blood everywhere, stupid shit, right? And I think we all kind of come to appreciate that stuff from time to time. Dark Gathering. I do not know if I've seen that before, sorry. Okay, Okay, what do we think of this as the pretty much what the final weapon will be, except maybe give it a bit more like speed? I think this looks cool for a weapon. I remember a fourth war horror game. The game is kind of boring in your opinion, but the story ain't bad. Game's called Irisu Syndrome. Oh, okay. Little girl with skulls in her eyes. It looks cute, but yeah. Okay, so I need to make a rot speed inside of the thing. So I can hide this now. Rotation speed equals 4 base. And then in here we can make var rot speed equals rotation speed. And then we make these equal rot speed. Jojo. What about Jojo? Sonogina Sarame. Jojo. Good series. Okay, now we need to do the actual wording for this. So I actually need to go through all of these and change one thing, but I'll do that later. Jomo no kos jo dis mama. Ayya. What the fuck? Yep. All right. Okay, so we take that, put that in there. Okay, duration doesn't exist. At the moment, it's cooldown, rotation speed, and the second attack and damage is the only things. Do you believe in God or ghosts? I mean, I'm a very lateral thinker, so short answer is, do I think in, do I believe in God? Not directly, no. I'm sure there's some fucking orchestrating powers out there that are far beyond the comprehension of what we're capable of, at least in present. Ghosts, I think there is definitely phenomenon external to the normality. I've never per se perceived one or anything like that, but I do think there is more to the worlds around us than we can perceive. Is probably the best description I have for that. I know that's a bit of a cop-out answer, but best you're gonna get from me probably. There's more than meets the eye to much you see. Yeah, I think that's actually a really nice way of putting it. I mean, I'm too focused on what's right in front of me, I'll be honest, to care enough, I guess, about everything. Okay, I should probably put in an area one just to make it so you can make them slightly bigger. You know, energy can be created or destroyed. Yeah, so no body, but only energy. I mean, yeah, makes sense. There is a logical pathway there of understanding. Okay, at 5, we do area a little bit. By 0.5. Then here at 6, we just amp. Do we amp just speed and damage? We've already amped speed a little bit, so we can do rotation speed a bit more. And damage by 1, and then the last one is going to be the attack. What a random conversation. I mean, yeah, it's pretty common in my streams at this point, isn't it? Life in itself is a iffy subject. Like, I agree with that, right? It's because, like, I've talked before about the concept of fate, and, like, how, perceivably speaking, there is no such thing as fate. But conceptually speaking, it makes sense for it to exist. Go to normal to meme to politics to cat to ghost, yeah. Speaking of, she's still there. Cat's still chilling. Kid chilling like a villain. See, you need to put in buffs like speed plus plus in your game for like 5 seconds. I mean, I have systems like that. And then a few more later down the line as well. If you go to the future and back to the past, can you change the future you saw? If you can't change the past to begin with, yeah, then I think not. I mean, like, that's the concept of fate. Never seen ghosts, but seen some devil-like experience. Your dad's a priest. God damn, that would probably be quite wild. You still commit the act of going back to the past. Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting. Alright, so I need to make this, is it second attack? Second attack equals 1. And then we change this from being not to true. Maybe we make this have a duration. So 0.3 by default. Until someone goes back in time at all, there's no definitive proof of anything. Correct. Make Big Daddy voice. Oh no, we're doing that again. Oh god. My throat. I don't know if my throat can handle too much of that today. Let's see, here I want to edit the, oops. .2. Fate exists because everything is driven by chemicals in nature, which would be some things. Then existence of quantum fluctuations would be definitive too. Yes. Say boink in a funny way. Boink. 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 There you go. What a wide array of knowledge I may never need, and many more. Yeah. I mean, welcome to my lot in life as well for that. I do that a lot. Alright, so duration needs to be set prior to these as well. There we go. Make a salonga bonga from your hand. No. That sounds like a stupid, I think. Right, weapon should be pretty much implemented fully now. Okay, so it does more damage. Alright. Does a lot more damage. Wow, that really increases its size, huh? Might need to reduce how much it increases the size by. I see it in the background broken. I know what I need to do with that. Okay, and then we need one more upgrade to see it do the correct thing. God damn it. There we go. And then spin. Not bad. So we need to pull back the area upgrade that it gets. We'll make it like that for now. All right. Bro, no, makes longer bonga, bro, eats the longest. You should add an item weapon called community guidelines, which is stronger. Oh my god, that would. Okay, so there is actually a thing in that I do intend to add. I don't know if it's going to be in alpha release, like initial alpha release. But that just reminded me of it, and it is just joking at the whole all fun and games for your main melody. It's because so where is it? I have a description for it somewhere, but it's a joke at the whole like say so and you buy shit. Is that like one of the shrines that you do, like the more shrines you do, the more likely you'll eventually become. But one of them will let you choose between one of two options. And one of them is going to be, do you choose to be say so or you buy? And it's going to give you like a buff relative to that. So like, that is one thing I do intend on doing. And I think that would be fucking hysterical. And it would be a buff, so it would be separate to everything. This game feels familiar in some way. I mean, it is a Vampire Survivors clone. So it's not exactly the most revolutionary game concept. Okay, so Kayson's weapon is working. One day I'll get her sprint animation done. And I actually do like her weapon. It's come out quite well. You know Osu? Oh god damn, that'd be kind of cool. I'll be honest. Keep the gliding on Kayson. So at the moment, right, how many characters actually have a sprint system in there for them? So Aura does, Booby doesn't, Gura does, Iron Mouse does, Juniper does, Kayson doesn't, Mary doesn't, Nina doesn't, and Vox does. So actually that's Booby, Kayson, Mary, and Nina left to do with sprint animations. That's not actually that many. Now, if you're wondering why I say the quotation marks with Juniper, her young form has a sprint animation, her others don't, but that's because she's floating. And like, fuck you, I'm not gonna make a special animation for when they're floating. Like, you telling me that this doesn't look like it could also just be her movement? So in short, I'm lazy. I say that, keep in mind, I did multiple skins for one character just to do a joke. And now I need to do more. Tell her to walk. Add a lamp. Lamp enemy instantly kills Juniper. It's a weapon that does damage in front of you. That could be funny, I guess. Also makes this character faster. I could actually see that being a fun idea. That I could actually see being quite fun. Oh, that reminds me, actually, speaking of things for Juniper, I need to fix her item. Because I need to change how it works, because I would prefer to do it a very different way. Gonna remove that. Should make multiplayer and add pairing characters so people can play as teams. I've considered that. It is very low priority for multiplayer. Like, am I against doing multiplayer? No. Am I against it being like in any semblance of the near future? Kinda, yeah. Okay, da 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 da. Da 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 da. Okay, sorry, I will be with you all in a moment. Or attack speed, anything weapon-wise. So, weapons can deal percentage more damage and have percentage chance of missing entirely. That would be interesting, actually. I probably should add a miss system in here. You need to, like, when you're choosing characters and playing, you die 10 times, you need to wait 10 minutes, you play again while she's sleeping, rest time. I mean, I wouldn't be against actually something like that. It would be kind of funny, but I don't want to go quite that hard with the meme stuff yet. This is where, so, okay. Y'all ready for, like, I think I've talked before about the general concept of this, is the idea is that, like, this is a joke at, this is what the VTubers are doing in their free time. They're actually just, like, fucking doing, adventures, right? Don't you dare pull a Skylander on us, true. Medicine / pill looking item? I do not, and I am gonna hesitate on doing anything that's too, like, specific. To be fair, I'm literally gonna be designing a fucking wine glass later today, so I can't fucking say shit. So... Are the slimes edible? You trying to eat slimy? Remember Frambo was a good game? I do not remember that. Buffs are annoying to make, but cool to see. Yeah. I mean, again, like, that's where we go to the ability stuff, right? Don't forget Nana's bus. Yeah, Jesus. But, like, that's where we get this stuff, right? This is the unique abilities to each character that is only obtainable while playing as said character. Yeah, I guess there's no better description than that. Right? Like, I have other things planned. I don't want to set them up yet because I want to make sure all of this is done before I think I move on to adding the next framework. Because I'm not looking to the next... Yeah. Should I spoil the next framework? Do you guys want to know about something that's hinted at with Iron Mouse's ability? This. Do you want to know about it now, or do you want to know about it when it's ready? Search case on reincarnation and read the text. Oh, I know about that. I'm not that out of the loop. If you're wondering if what are her current abilities? Caitlin's current abilities, so she's got Gang Boss and Number One Hostess. And then her weapon is the Sakura Storm that we saw getting made, and then her item will be, I best described as fucking plushie from Holocure. Why? Because I see no problem with what's currently designed. And I'm not planning on making a clear reference, because that will put me in hot shit. Like, Number One Hostess in relation to the stuff recently. Gang Boss, I mean, that's the storyline for all that. I mean, like, the fact is her new character, her model is based off of her new character design that she's going with everything. Because if you actually look in game, we pull it up quickly. That's her new model that is based off of. Which was really irritating to design, because I was not prepared to have to do a split thing. Like, overall, but yeah, no, so for the most part, I think most people are like not giving a direct opinion on if they want the next framework spoiled, so I'll leave it alone. If I get some strong opinions of wanting to be spoiled for it before this system is done, I will. Because I'm not against talking about it. You're going to see it eventually anyway before the game's in alpha. It is one of the tick boxes I need to do. Can tell us later on. Okay, cool. Yeah, then I'll do that. Okay, where was... so I was finishing up this change. So this change should work perfectly fine now. Now I need to fix... No, I need to make it so it's level up. Alright. Let's test this out. I need to test this out quickly. Okay, so that's not happening anymore, so I need to fix that. She got some balls around her. I mean, it's Moth Goop. What is my script for leveling up? On a, So we'll keep the as leveling then. Oh, it's yeah, okay, yeah. All right. Need to do this not here though. Here. Yeah, it's done here. Okay, yeah, so we need it as leveling. So I changed this. Boom. Something's fucked with that. Oh, I see what I've done here. Yeah, okay. Because the increase is only that. So no, it's clear 0.025. So honestly, I could probably just remove this bit and that'll be fine. There we go. So that is Juniper's stuff. Fixed. Okay, easy enough. You added level up animation. What about level up animation? Are you meaning Juniper's? It's unique to her with the item. If I go back to here, you'll see that it's actually checking for the specific name. If the name matches, then it will level up. Or are you meaning just a level up animation in general? Because, like, sure, I could, but it's very low priority. But yeah, no, like, if I go into this Mothaholic, right? Mothaholic is the one, yes, no, yeah, if you're saying for general, then that's not happening. Not for a long time. But yeah, the stuff that is just purely because I've leveled up Mothaholic and it's on the specific character. If I go to another character, we'll just go with Iron Mouse, just a good example for some of this. Mothaholic, cool. Nothing happens. But at like level 50 is like your number 50 would be purple. Yeah, I mean, maybe. What language does GameMaker use? It technically uses its own GML. However, it is very C++ structured. It's basically C++ under the hood. So if you know C++, this all makes sense. Python JK, yeah. Like, it uses the same object-oriented programming, it's just you don't have headers and CPP files, same way you used to. Okay, so, yeah. Okay, thanks. No problem. CPP, yeah. What was I gonna do next? I'm gonna keep working on my ability stuff. I'm thinking I make arrays, no structures, to hold drop information. That makes the most sense. No, wait. How am I going to make it so it scales up? It's going to have to use a value that's inherent to a singular array. I mean, that wouldn't be a bad thing. Right? Yeah, sorry, brain numing as per usual. I'm trying to think. So when I look at this ability, I'm gonna have to oh no, there's already structures for them, right? Yeah, there's structures inside of the character for this information. And that's where the level up occurs. Okay, no, that's fine, that's fine. That's an answer already. Done, cool. So if there's a structure already there for that, and that's leveling up, then it means it's pulling the function point there. Okay. Oh god. Welcome to what it's actually genuinely looked like for my last few days. Like, this is what I look like outside of stream. Except no music. Show my forehead? Yeah, I can, I guess. Let's see. If I do that. It's fucking just getting the reflection at the moment. Okay, so what I want to do. Cute and big. Nice. I need to have so fuck, what was the description I have for this again? We need heal value, we'll put it at 2. And buff, whoops, buff value. Just make it like, what, 1 damage it gives. Inherently. 1% damage increase. Doesn't sound too bad. Just asking out of curiosity, will being a Patreon supporter have any benefits for this game? Example, like early access version or something. I cannot actually do that legally. It has to be, if I'm going to offer anything with Patreon, it is pure external things to this game. That's why on Patreon I made reference that I might give the copies of sprites and stuff like that. Like some of the art assets I've made with this game, I will probably hand out on Patreon. But I cannot do like early access to the game with it, because that breaches legal problems that I've talked about in the past. Like, short answer is because of the ruling with specifically Clover, I can make this game as long as I don't make money off of it. And that can be a consideration of making money off of it. Can you help me with something? How do you say end it all in Japanese? End it all in Japanese. I haven't got a good one off the top of my head. For that. Yeah, no, sorry, that's one that I'm actually just drawing a blank on. I really feel bad for that. I do apologize there, Midnight. I can't think of anything. But it's a birdie. Yeah, no, like, again, like, I'm not trying to say that I don't want to give stuff to Patreon supporters. I very much appreciate any support whatsoever, but I think I made it also very clear on Patreon at this point in time it is going to offer nothing. If it will offer stuff in the future is up to the future. But no, I'd be down to give the art assets, like collate as much as I can and put them over there. Just because you can't actually take a GIF off Twitter effectively, because it actually comes with a border. Which was one of the problems I had with a few people that wanted to use them, specifically the actual talents themselves. Is I actually, in one case, I had to send it to their manager on Discord, so they could use it, which was funny. And I can say all of that because that is all public information that is on the Twitter, as well as them referencing me. If anyone is wondering which one I'm referring to, it is Opera GX's GX Aura VTuber. That was actually a really pleasant exchange. She's a very lovely, lovely person. Would Sabate o Owariseru I mean, it's not. Owari is the correct direction, right? So Owari is end, if I'm remembering correctly. Subete o Owariseru. Shouldn't be too bad. But again, I would recommend getting another opinion if you could. Maybe searching around. I'm sure there's some info around it somewhere. Again, like, while I do know Japanese, my Japanese knowledge is very, very rusty. Hence why typically when I'm asked about Japanese, my response is boku wa Nihongo no soso. I do want to get back into practicing Japanese. If anyone's got some good suggestions outside of like Duolingo or something, let me know. Words have gender? Well, I mean, yes. Some do in Japanese. It knows every language, sure. But that's where it's like the watashi or boku or those sorts of things. Those are gendered. So boku is typically masculine in nature. Keep in mind, however, and this is where I show a bit of stuff, is so watashi is the general term. Anyone can use it. Boku is the masculine term. Anyone can use it. Ore is the male one, and that can only be used by typically kind of, I mean, it's mainly used, Ore is friendlier. Not in my experience. Ottawa is normally not a great way of starting it, because it's like, it would be ultra familial environments, maybe. But most of the time, no. I mean, most of the time when you're in an ultra familiar environment, you wouldn't be using things like that. So. I know that Hunter was boku no. So, yeah. Like, again, it's boku is used as masculine. It is not used only by men. Same with ore, but ore is a lot less common in my experience. I mean, boku is also kind of uncommon. You're actually having, most of the time, it's just watashi, because it's just easier and it's less intrusive. Boku, I mean, it's boku and then wa. It's two separate things. Boku, wa is, kind of like, it's like you're the, in a sense. In, if that makes more sense for, stuff. So it's boku, that on its own. Wa is the like adding to that, the or a the in a sentence. That's what its equivalency would be. Sorry, I got very off topic there with that. Yeah, do your work too. Yeah, I was just like going, man, I really should actually. Okay, so I need to make I'm trying to think what the best way to do this is. So what I'm trying to do is add unique drops that only occur with this ability and have them levelable up. God, that was hard to say. But it's 2 drops come out of the same ability. And both work uniquely. Now, the drops aspect isn't the problem. It's the ability to level them up and keep them maintainable. There are ways, and I don't like them. Is the short answer. So the main way I can think of is to reference the array itself. Reference the structure, I should say. The ability is being fed in here, but like at this point in time, all this is going to do is push it into the array. So I'm better off having the object and just having the object reference the structure, right? I think that's the case. So it would be, oh god, make a whole new yinks. I'm trying to think. So I do this. So where are these getting put? Where are these abilities going? These abilities are going into here. Structure all abilities. And it will only be 2 in there. In this case, it will be the second ability. So the correct thing to do here is I mean, the correct thing to do is actually just make a fucking thing in here, a variable to call it. There. It's interesting watching someone create a game that everyone's had a great day. My last message is goodbye. Catch you later. And I'm glad that you were able to enjoy it. Alright. Damage buff equals ability dot Damage buff. That'd be the correct way of doing it. In my definitely professional opinion. Not at all. Okay. Oh, morning sun. Oh wait, no, this is Dine, sorry. This needs to be the heal. So it's a pickup. I think it's just better to do the collision event inside of this. I don't like the idea of it, but I think it's the correct way of getting this done, because it's just gonna be a nightmare to do some parenting outside of that, I feel. So because it's yeah, it's currently targeting that. I mean, the heal is not too hard because all I need to do is add to global player heal and destroy itself. Dot player heal equal plus equals. It's called idea, not idea. I'm the one talking about English, yeah. I mean, welcome to Kiwi language. We add a lot of extra weird bits to things and then slump on the rest. Heal value. And then instance destroy. Try saying vase. That's it. There you go. Vase. Okay, so the damage buff's gonna be the difficult one because I need to make a status effects vase. I mean, you want me to real fucking throw you through a loop here, Midnight? Me pulling out my linguistics that I've done? Technically what I'm saying is correct. It's relative to the area that you're in. It is the local English that I'm speaking. There is no such thing as correct English. I love that though, eh? Like, it is actually not to go, like, not talking to you. I get that you're, making a joke at it, right? But like, it is really irritating to me. Say water. I guess is probably the more like lazy way. Water. It is always that interesting thing, right? Like, where it's like, no, this is proper English. It's like, no, it's not. It's your English. Fuck off. I'm not sticking to stigmatism that, I mean, by that same argument, there are so many words that we should be saying that we don't say anymore. Water. What up? What up? What up? There you go. That's a fun little thing. What up sounds like water. What up? What up? Whoa, bruv. Oh, shut up, Sin. You're a Kiwi too. You can't fucking speak shit. Oh, did I not inherit an event here? Whoops. Actually, no, should I not be inheriting an event because this is a drop and drops have a weird create event? No, they should be inheriting, okay. British people be like, if you stole money, sir, you should have punished by the king. Well, you got a license for that. Oi, bruv. You got a license for that? Gotta love the stupidity of that, eh? Right, Okay, so now I need to yoink this. And we need to yoink basically like this. Oh no, it's buff, isn't it? Something like that. Hold up. People be... yeah. You got a license for that knife? Oi, bruv. You got a license for that? Buff value. There we go. Okay. So now I need to figure out, right? Because, like, I think I'm just going to make this a one-off buff, not a stacking one. I don't know. Did I describe it as a stacking buff? No. I think we're just going to make it a one-off, like, you get 10% or whatever more damage with this. So you call them chips instead of crispy, crunchy, crackerjack, snacker, snibble, snap, crack, and pop, Westpol. Ooh. It's a bit cringe, isn't it, bruv? Westpol, Shire, Quests, Queen's Lovely Jubilee Delights. The shirt I'm wearing, this is a jersey. This is the same grey jersey that I have like 7 times. I have 5 copies of the same grey jersey. It's literally what your grandpa wears. That's where you've seen it. Just why? Well, I don't want to wear the same jersey for a week, do I? That seems a bit fucking scuffed. But you look dope. I mean, like Big Papa, yeah. Again, it's just that whole thing of like, that's just how I am, man. It's how's it is. The grumpy old man that I am. It's just easier to wear like a random shirt, some sweatpants, and this jersey over the top. You'll probably see less of this jersey coming into the future because we'll be headed into summertime here. And yes, I'm mentioning that like the way I am because I know people are not gonna comprehend that the southern hemisphere of the planet has the opposite seasons as the northern hemisphere. It is currently like wintry sort of times for us. These were the cold months. Now I'm going into the warmer months. Though it doesn't fucking feel like it yet. Fuck now. Oh, that's right. I need to nag my mate about something now that I think about it. Because there's a system that he talked about that I want to do. It's very cool. There's a system he talked about, and I really want to fucking know what it was again. Alright, create event. So we're gonna need another macro. Bro, try living on Earth. True. I mean, I do live in New Zealand, which is an imaginary place after all, as we established yesterday. Whoops. This man, New Zealand. Yeah, we're the Kiwis, bro. All abilities. What do I have? What have I called it again? Extract all abilities. That one. Okay, oh god, I need to actually set up the equipped ones. Yeah, also, I just looked at the time. You know what time it is? It's time to be wrapping up. I apologize. I'm gonna end up be coding anyway for the rest of the day, but I do need to get the rest of the day started. So, with that being the case, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, consider leaving. Oh, good lord, sorry. Oh god, Salonga Bonga time. Indeed, it is Salonga Bonga time. God damn, that really threw me off. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, consider leaving a like or a comment on the video. It'd be very much appreciated. It helps the video out more than you might know. Also, consider subscribing to the channel, hitting the notification bell to find out when I go live, as well as follow me over on X, where I do post when I'm going live, as well as some of my stuff that I'm working on. I'm a bit dry on what I've been posting on Twitter at the moment, but I will be endeavoring to post a lot more over there as I get stuff sorted. I need to try and get that goddamn Twitter and YouTube stuff sorted before the end of today, so I can start working on the logo art for it all, and everyone can be real excited for that. So hopefully, short answer is hopefully before the end of the week I will have maybe the official name showing. That's best case scenario, but we'll see. Anyway, there's nothing else really to cover. So yeah, tomorrow Persona, yada yada yada. Thank you once again though for watching. I hope you enjoyed. You're awesome. Stay awesome, and I hope to see you again. Bye bye everyone, and Salonga Bongas to you as well. Midnight.